Just imagine a world without boundaries. A world in which no limitations exist has endless possibilities. Any problem can be solved and any goal can be accomplished. The world could become a utopia, a marvelous futuristic society in which people could achieve their wildest dreams. Whether a person's ideal life is stretching out on the beach with a warm kiss of the sun on their cheek, or feeling the wind blow through their hair as they excitedly plummet down miles of a steel roller coaster, one's life without boundaries could be perfect. Well, almost. If people were able to frolic about doing what they desired, it's likely that there would be chaos. When there are no limitations, the authentic human condition is exposed. Thomas Hobbes describes this as a condition of war of everyone against everyone. Now imagine that person's relaxing life on the beach being bombarded by hundreds of people living their own dreams. That thrill-seeking ride now becomes consumed by arguing patrons fighting for seats. It isn't fair, but without boundaries, people would be able to do whatever they want, whenever they want, even if it aggravates others. While this may not be an accurate illustration, it's difficult to imagine a world without boundaries because they are the fundamental principles children grow up with and are pivotal to maintaining societal order. From a young age, children are exposed to boundaries that are established to keep them safe. When I was younger, I reigned in one room of my house, a gay community, better known as my playroom with baby gates. Slowly I learned to walk, which allowed my kingdom to expand, but there were still restrictive barriers that prevented me from further expansion. While I never enjoyed being confined to certain parts of the house, my parents established these boundaries to keep me safe. As children mature, parents become more willing to allow their boundaries to expand. From walking to school to learning how to drive, children gradually develop into teenagers that have more control over their lives. It isn't until these teenagers turn 18 that they acquire the freedom of independence, and their lives seem to become limitless. While these young adults may have the ability to travel where they desire, their actions are still limited by legislation. Without laws, people would be able to act as they please, no matter if it's right or wrong. Laws create boundaries that are crucial to keeping citizens safe and promoting a harmonious society. President Reagan once said, "The government's first duty is to protect the people, not run their lives." For example, speed limit and traffic laws are established to maintain an orderly flow of traffic in a safe manner. When these guidelines are followed, drivers can safely get to their destinations, but when violated, there could be deadly consequences. When a person gets behind a wheel, they're expecting the other drivers on the road to stay within their boundaries, which are crucial to protecting drivers from each other. On the other hand, some boundaries are meant to be broken. As I mentioned earlier, my parents established numerous limitations when I was younger to keep me safe. When I was in elementary school, I couldn't walk home alone until I was 8. In middle school, I couldn't freely roam my neighborhood without permission and providing constant updates. And just recently, my parents allowed me to drive in a car with friends. I've always been limited in what I'm allowed to do because our parents want to keep me safe, but I will soon break free of their boundaries when I go to college. I have been confined in a strong zone for 16 years, but when I go to college, I will finally be a part of a world with minimal parental boundaries. I will be able to become independent, but I will also become exposed to the dangers of the real world. My parents' rules have acted as a safety net, and without them, I have to be more cautious of the monsters that lurk in the dark. However, I am optimistic that I will succeed as long as I persevere and am aware of my surroundings. Yes, I will be taking a risk, but as J.K. Rowling, author of the Harry Potter series, once said, "What is life without a little risk?" And even though my life will be different, I will soon develop my own boundaries that will help ensure my safety. Overall, boundaries are the building blocks of life, and they create stability for our harmonious world. These guidelines are intended to maintain societal order and security. Now, imagine that beach again. With boundaries, there can be a reasonable expectation that a person can enjoy a blissful sunset without anarchy. That roller coaster still has numerous people in line, but boundaries can ensure that everyone has a fair chance to experience the thrill. Therefore, when asked to imagine a world without boundaries, my answer is simple. Personally, I cannot.